Hi, welcome to This is China. I'm your host, Wendy San, a journalist based in Beijing. In this podcast, I'll invite my friends, both Chinese and international, to share with you their observations and stories in China. Recently, we had a quick chat with Gustav Holmgren from Sweden. He's a site manager of an automotive testing company in Yakeshi, Hulun Buir City, North China's Inner Mongolia autonomous region. He, who has a Chinese name Ge and speaks fluent Chinese, came to Yakeshi almost 20 years ago. In Yakeshi, winter lasts 6 months and temperatures can plunge below minus 40 degrees Celsius. In recent years, the Miandu River National Wetland Park of Yakeshi has become a robust winter automotive testing ground, China's largest, attracting more than 60,000 engineers from around the world each year to test vehicle performance in extreme cold. In 2024 alone, the site hosted 2,676 vehicle tests and 66,000 visits from engineers. The testing business generated 169 million yuan in revenue and created over 2,000 jobs that year, enabling Yakeshi to capture 40% of China's winter vehicle testing market. Let's sit down with him to learn about his experience here and the automotive testing industry in China. I've heard that when you first came here, the local government even made a lake for you for automotive testing. Was this true? And is this the reason why you chose to stay here?
When we first got to Yakeshi, we found this place that it should be suitable to have this kind of operation. But where I come from, we have the whole city or the whole village where I'm from. It's surrounded by big lakes, and that's why also one of the reasons why that place became and still is one of the biggest hubs for this kind of winter testing of vehicles, because we can use the frozen lakes to make test tracks on, because it's perfect, because it's flat. It's it's just you make whatever kind of track you want. You have a lot of space, and Yakeshi didn't really have any lakes, and that was maybe going to be a problem. So back then, the government, the local authority, the government, they were like, so if you need lakes, maybe we can make some for you. And said and done, that was what happened. So they actually made, I think, 5 lakes in total to use for this kind of test facilities. And of course that was mind-blowing at the time, because we never heard of any place where we don't have any lakes, so let's build some, So that was really impressive, I have to say. And we're really thankful that happened. And it was actually quite good also, because they didn't really only make the lakes and only for this. They were smart. So everything they took away, all the material. At the same time, the highway that goes through Yakeshi was being built. So we actually took all the materials from that we took away from the lakes, and we put them and used them to make the highway.
So that's why you made your decision to choose this place for your automotive testing business and also come here to Yakeshi, right?
Yeah, that was one of the major reasons why we chose Yakeshi. But also we did like a trial the first year ever. We built up some tracks on land, because it's quite a nice flat area around here also that is really suitable to make tracks on land, but it's a lot of more work. So we did that to see if it actually, if the climate works, and if all the the environment allows to have a stable and good test environment, and we found that that was the case. So then that was the first winter. So then they made the lakes in the summer between the first and the second season we did here. So the second season we were here, we already had lakes to work with.
Thank you. You have been here for nearly 20 years. Is there anything that has touched you or left you impressive memories? Can you tell us some stories or one story that impressed the most?
Yeah, I have too many stories to to just say one or tell you, but I'm just grateful to have met so many nice people. I would say that the local people in Yakeshi or in China and in general, they're very open and hospitable, like welcoming and taking care of you, wants you to feel welcome, and like it's almost like they take you in and like become, as I said before, with my company or our company, my everyone feels like we're a big family because everyone is so helpful and open, and you get invited to have dinners at home and like Chinese New Year, spend that together with your employees and friends. So many times you can just bump into people in restaurants and they want you to maybe sit down and eat with them, or they send some dishes over, or even say a case of beer, because they want you to feel like welcome here.
From the company's point of view, what do you think has been the biggest gain so far?
The biggest gain, it's also a lot. The biggest gain is maybe that we have been able to get together from different culture backgrounds, and been able to work together and create a team that can deliver on a like international top level. And I think it's been a good journey, and we have learned from each other and became strong as a team because of we all work towards the same goals. So the biggest gains we have is that we have had so much improvement, or like our employees have learned so much together, and they contribute so much, and I would say that they're of course our biggest asset until today.
What do you think of the automotive testing industry here? For example, the progress, the changes over the past 2 decades.
Yeah. The change, I mean, if you go back to the beginning when there was nothing here, as I said, we had, I think, 2 test cars the first year. That was the whole, maybe 3. So we came from nothing. But now it's a long time ago, but like even within 5 years, I would say maybe we did the development was as much as maybe we did back home in maybe 30 years or 40 years. So the acceleration was amazing. So we could, grow from nothing to a pretty big operation within just a couple of years. And now the last couple of years, maybe say 5 years, or maybe even a little bit more than that, we've seen a big improvement or big increase of electrical vehicles, because the Chinese EV market has been just exploding. So that's maybe the the fastest change I've seen in China is that when we went from just normal, conventional fuel vehicles to new power, like electrical vehicles, then it really took off because there's so many new Chinese brands coming up, and they also need to do a lot of testing to, ensure that the quality is at the, level they want it. So I would say that has been the best, not maybe the best, but the most significant, development has been the EV industry when they came.
Do you have any new plans here for your company or for yourself?
Of course, we still have plans to, for development, and we want to increase the operation, and we have a lot of plans for purchase of land and, construction and developing the whole proving ground and having more space for cars to park or to do maintenance of cars, and more offices, and of course one thing that is very important nowadays is to be up to date on the charging infrastructure, because the technique of the EVs are like rapidly evolving, and you have to be on top of that, because if you don't follow along, and then maybe your customers won't have anywhere to charge when they come here next time. So you have to always know what's going on the charging side. So I think we're going to put a lot of emphasis on developing the charging infrastructure, and to be able to always provide like the newest technology.
Your company, or say your business, has also boosted the winter tourism to some extent here. So what do you think of the winter tourism or the winter economy in China?
I think maybe we have helped to boost the tourism in Yakeshi for the winter tourism. But I think in China as a whole, I think I've seen a lot of development of that kind of industry in the recent years, especially from around the time of Beijing Olympics, the Winter Olympics in Beijing, and from there I've seen so many people starting to ski and snowboard, and this culture is growing pretty fast, which I'm really happy to see, because this is where we come from. I've also been riding and skiing since I was a kid, and I love to see that young people in China also nowadays, they also start to getting really into this kind of culture.
Thank you. Actually, the industry representing a successful attempt to tap winter resources to boost economic vitality in the industrial sector has also spurred growth in lodging, dining, and the sales of local agricultural products. Statistics show that over the past decade, tourist visits to Yakeshi have grown by more than 65%, with tourism revenue up by more than 46%. Well, the above are some background information about the automotive testing industry in Yakeshi, just for your information. And thanks for listening. If you have any questions or you want to know more about the automotive testing industry in Yakeshi or in China, don't hesitate to leave your comment. We reply you in the comment section. And you're always welcome to leave a message to tell us what you want to hear from us. Bye for now.